2. Looks like I'm still running out of space on this thing despite having cleaned a ton off. Now I'm down to 37 minutes, 27 seconds of time that I have left on my memory card. Well, I did it today. After 16 years of loyalty to AT&T, I gave him the shove. So it wasn't an easy thing for me to switch providers. I don't like it, but the savings, I will say, are significant. So what it eventually does is it takes my $125 AT&T bill and drops it to $45 with T-Mobile. So I went ahead and made the switch. I kept my phone. AT&T graciously allowed me to unlock it. And so I did that, and I took it down the road to T-Mobile. See, I have I had that loyalty to AT&T, and it was great, and their service was great, but as of lately, it just seems like, in the case of, like, when they acquired DirecTV, they just didn't care about it, and that's what I feel that they're doing for their mobile division, is they don't really care to make it better. They just let T-Mobile acquired Sprint, and then T-Mobile just ran circles around not only AT&T but also Verizon when it comes down to it. So basically, I left. So I had the unlimited plus something with AT&T, and it was $125. But even T-Mobile, at its regular price of $90, would have still edged out AT&T. But now they're running a promotion that if you come over to T-Mobile, and I think you got to do a port of your number from your other provider. And if you're with AT&T, you could bring your phone. If you're with Verizon, you cannot. You would have to get a new phone because T-Mobile and AT&T and also Sprint use what's called a GSM cell phone. It's the way that it's the kind of network it is. And Verizon phones don't take a SIM card, and that's the big difference between a GSM phone and whatever CDMA phone that Verizon runs. Doesn't take a SIM card. Everything's addressed to the phone itself, whereas with T-Mobile, Sprint, AT&T, that information's put onto a card, and you could basically swap it amongst your phones as long as the phones are either A, T-Mobile, or B, have been carrier unlocked. Which mine is carrier unlocked, which means I could go back to AT&T, but I'm sitting here with a $105 cell phone bill for the last month, plus we're looking at 10 days of service into the new cycle. That bill is going to be ridiculous. And here's the point. With T-Mobile, they're letting me keep the Magenta Max, and they're letting me keep it at $45 a month for the rest of my life. That's one thing AT&T has never done. Even the prices on their plans change. You don't stick to a plan and stick to a price. You stick to a plan, and they decide what they want to charge you for it. And here's the deal. I'm just over it. I've been with AT&T for a long time. I just, when I did my last upgrade 3 years ago, they sold me what I asked for, but then something changed. I lost my job at VXI. Lyft became more than just a side hustle to me. And now I was going through scads and scads of data. Like it was crazy the amount of data I was going through. So last month they slowed me down. And that's the thing, you don't really think about it if you're a casual data user that just on one occasion maybe used over 6 gigabytes and now you've been throttled. You know, most people put it on their Wi-Fi at home, or if you're like me, don't use it at all during home. I mean, I have computers, I have an Xbox. What do I need to use my phone for anything other than a phone call or a text? My phone basically becomes a basic phone because anything that I do on my phone when I'm at home, I do on the other devices that are in my home. But yeah, so AT&T I gave them the heave ho. You know, it's easy to see the dollar signs and go, oh well, I want to change. Well, see, that wasn't my take on it, because if you're with the 1 and 2 carrier, which at the time for a long time was Verizon, then AT&T, and you're in at AT&T, a lot of times you'll just stay there because the service is better. Well, that's not necessarily the case anymore. The service is not there. I can't tell you how many times when I was out driving Lyft where my navigation maps would freeze because AT&T in the area, even after I got the unlimited plan, I'd be driving through some areas and poor network connection. You know, hey, wait a minute, hold on. 5 years ago, it was awesome. Anywhere. It was absolutely awesome anywhere you go. And when I go into Cleveland and I'm driving Lyft, I don't expect to see poor network connection with AT&T ever. That's the expectation. The expectation is never. You don't want to see it. And the reality of it is anymore, AT&T's got their hands in so many pots nowadays that they don't even care about stirring one of them. All they care about is getting my dollars, and they don't care about the service that they deliver me for that price. Whereas T-Mobile only does one thing. They do one thing and one thing only, and that one thing is provide mobile services to the people of America. And that's it. And when you only have one pot to watch, it's a lot easier. And this is how T-Mobile has pretty much raced past at least AT&T. Verizon, you don't know, because Verizon still does only one thing, and that's provide mobile phone service. So basically that's it. But if you got to have gold level credit to get in there. So I chose the lesser of two evils and the better of two companies. And went with T-Mobile. And, this is one thing, like you look at the level of service. I don't just look at the dollar signs. I look at the levels of service and what it's going to provide me and what it does provide me. And at the end of the day, sure, I'm paying a low amount, but it's the level of service that I'm getting. It's about when I'm ready to make the jump up to a 5G smartphone, I'm not going to have to sell a kidney to do it like I do with AT&T. And it's just about a better network. AT&T was once a better network, and I was with them for a lot of the times where they were the better network, and where but as time goes on, they got their hands into so many pots that the pots are boiling over. I'm all about being diversified, believe me. My own life is diversified with the companies I do business with. But when you're one company, you got to provide one or two services well. Let's just take a look at what's in AT&T stable now. AT&T Mobility. Uverse, which is now AT&T TV, DirecTV, cell phones, So they got their hands in, they had Life Shield Security. Oh yeah, there's another pot that's boiling over. So while they're running around trying to do damage control, you know, the quality of the services are taking a hit. And that's why, if you look at, because I used to work for DirecTV, it's no secret. I used to work for DirecTV, and there's another service that went down the tube since AT&T took it over. I remember a day when DirecTV was a premium brand. I remember when people used to felt like, okay, well, I don't like this bill, I'm going to call in, and they would feel like they get satisfied for their, for their issues. So at the end of the day, once AT&T come in and started changing everything so suddenly, oh wait, hold on. Oh, we got another thing. Oh, we got HBO too. Oh, we got it. And why do you think nobody wants to buy HBO? I buy HBO. I don't know why I buy HBO. Mainly probably just for HBO Max, which AT&T was going to give me. But there's another service that I never hardly even look at. I'm either on YouTube, Hulu, or Netflix. But that's it. AT&T, you're gone. And T-Mobile, welcome. Thanks for watching and have a great day.